Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 2:33 p.m. on Friday the 7th of August 2026, and as you can see, it's a glorious day. I've not long got home. I've been out all morning and this afternoon as well. Had a few unusual things happen, like I cut my finger open on my razor because I dropped it and grabbed it with my hand, so that was a bit odd. So we patched that up, and then I had a lovely debrief with my doctor, and I was thrilled to see him because I haven't seen him in person for a few months because we've been having our debriefs via telehealth. So it was lovely to see him in person, and I was able to give him the birthday gifts that I made for him and others I had cobbled together. So he was delighted, and I'm pleased that he was happy with what I made him, and which was a pen. So I haven't put photos of it up because I wanted it to be a surprise, but I might put photos of it up on my Instagram account just as, it serves as a bit of a portfolio of all the things I've been making in the last few years. So there is that. So yes, then I left my doctor's clinic, and I took myself off to the Camp Hill Antique Centre, and I bought some lovely Art Deco, renovated Art Deco, I don't know what you call them, door surrounds, door handle, have the handle and the cover, because when I moved in here, housing had stripped all the original Art Deco door handles out and replaced it with nasty cheap chrome ones. I think there's quite a nice brass one going into the studio, but they stripped nearly everything, and it was kind of nasty what they did, quite frankly. And I only discovered this a few years later, after having moved in, when I was staring at my front door handle one day, and I thought, it looks very tarnished, let's polish it up and see what it comes up like. And then I realised it was made from real copper, so I brought it up and renovated it, and in recent years even coated it in Protector Clear. So that's how I discovered they'd stripped all the original copper Art Deco door handles off the doors. So today I bought two brass ones, because one for both sides of the door, and I've got to put it together. I hope I have the right fitting to put them together, otherwise I would have wasted my money, people of Earth. But I'm very excited and happy about that. Oh, and I bought a macadamia nut cracker as well, because coming into nut season again. It was an old, second-hand vintage one, but it's still functional for what it is, and so I'm happy about that too, people of Earth. And then after that, I thought, well, I'll go down to Carindale to Optus and change my name finally for my Optus account. And then anyway, the young man serving me, the representative, said to me, "Did you leave us last to change your name?" I said, "Yes, how did you know that?" And he burst out laughing. He said, "A lot of people seem to do that last." I said, "Oh." He said, "They either do it the very first or they leave it till the very last." I said, "Well, you're second last, because I've still got to change my name with Buranda Housing, which won't be an ordeal." So anyway, I just found that quite interesting to have that bit of gnosis gifted to me. Anyway, he was very good. He made sure it was all done, and I made sure it was all done. And then there was a lady listening in. She said, "Oh, I like your new surname, Bodicea." And we got chatting a bit while we were both waiting to be served. And then I said to her, you know, when we finish this, would you like to come and have a cup of tea with me? I said, I don't normally invite people to have, you know, afternoon tea, but I think you'd be interesting lady to get to know, which she was indeed interesting, very nice lady. But I don't know what I did wrong, probably talked too much about all my history. My daughter always tells me off, used to tell me off about that. But I felt like it was an equal flowing conversation, that we were having a, you know, very participatory, and I wasn't just in some weird monologue like I do on my YouTube channel, talking out to strangers all over the world. I felt it was a very good conversation, and I told her how I make my own jewellery, and she said she thought that was lovely. And then she just sort of rushed off. So I was a bit disappointed, because I thought, you know, she obviously didn't want to swap numbers and actually form a, you know, more of a friendship. But that's okay. It was, there was another lady listening, and she heard Janae or Janet mentioned that she came from Scottish ancestry, and she piped in and said, oh, I'm from Scotland. She was a real Scot, she still had the accent. So then I was sort of taken a bit aback, because the Scottish ancestors were with me today, having all these connections to Scots people. So I said to her, she was a younger woman, like in her 30s, I said, would you like to have a cup of tea with us too? And she said, oh no, lass, I can't, I've got children, I've got to pick them up from school. She said, but I just heard you talking about Scotland, and I had to pipe in that I'm Scottish. So it was actually quite delightful. So here I am, home from my foray out into the wider world today. My anxiety's been OTT today. I have no idea why. It's been a bit beyond. But anyway, I thought, well, I'll get my boys out in the garden quickly while there's still lovely sunshine, and so they don't miss an entire day. And I'll read you some more of Spike Milligan, who's not Scottish but Irish. So there is that. We're up to chapter 6, and the title of chapter 6 is Acting Up. The Goon Show, 1956. Series 6, Program 25, Fear of Wages, broadcast 6th of March 1956, which was my father David's birthday, although he was born in 1928, but 6th of March. Oddly, he died on the night of the 2nd and 3rd of March. I think it was actually the 3rd of March, sometime during that night, just before his 89th birthday, which is a bit bizarre. Anyway, let us continue. Fear of Wages, which Milligan's agent Norma Farnes says was his favourite goon show, was written with long-term collaborator Larry Stevens. The Wages of Fear, the classic 1953 film starring Yves Montand, parodied here, was directed by Henri-Georges Clouzot. Any subsequent correction with the famous Inspector Clouseau was, of course, entirely accidental. The Goon Show, number 150, 6th series, number 25, Fear of Wages, with Peter Sellers, Harry Seacombe, Spike Milligan, the Ray Ellington Quartet, Max Geldray, orchestra conducted by Wally Stott, announcer Wallace Greenslade, script by Spike Milligan, produced by Pat Dixon. Bill. This is the BBC Home Service. Enter a short idiot. Harry. Good evening, folks. I commence by walking backwards for Christmas. Bill. Why? Harry. It's all the rage. Next, an excerpt from East Lynne. Dead, dead, and never called me mother. Eccles. Perhaps you were his father. Harry. Shut up, the famous Eccles. Eccles. Shut up, the famous Eccles. Harry. Shut up. Eccles. Shut up. Bill. Mr. Seagoon, please remove that false bald woman's wig. Harry. And leave myself naked in the mating season? Never. Bill. Very well. I sentence you to the highly esteemed Goon Show. Orchestra. Short, dull chord. Harry. Presenting Wallace Greenslade in his daring announcement entitled Bill, La Salaire de la Peur. Harry. Meaning the wages of fear. In England. Peter Wolfert. The fear of wages. Oh. Orchestra. Night on Bear Mountain type link. Bill. Heroic. Part 1. The Missing Regiment. Grams. Jungle warfare. Sniping sporadic MG fire. Peter Barton. Burma, 6th of March 1956. My father was 28. Is that correct? 56, 8 and 8 is 16. 20 is 40. Yes, 28. Long time, 10 years before I arrived on the hit parade, as they used to call it. Bing, bam, boom, baby. This is what happened when you have marital consensual sex without contraception. Babies come along. Whoop-de-doo, yippee-yi-yo. Here we are. Tanya Bodicea. Phillips no longer. Aaron's no longer. Owning my own empowerment and my own shit. Making friends and enemies according to those who don't want me to be empowered and those who do. Oh, a greatest cello concerto. Harry. I mean, you have to laugh. Harry. These Japs can't hold out much longer. Blood mock. Oh, I don't know. This is the 14th year we've been fighting them. Harry. Don't worry, Major. They can't stand much more of your drunken singing and bottle throwing. I'm getting evils from the male scrub turkey who wants his afternoon delights. Just one moment, we'll feed him, otherwise he'll hassle me and bite my toes. He's got me whipped into line, hasn't he? Bloody turkeys. Right, what you want, boy chick? Are you a boy and a chick? He says, I'm a big boy, Mama T. I haven't been a chick for quite some years. Times I failed to die so I could be in this beautiful day feeding you seed. What's wrong with this picture, Mama T? Nothing. It's perfect in every bloody way. He's a happy bird now. He tips the bowl over. You'll hear a crash in a minute. Just to prove that he's alive. Didn't do it this time. Probably because I'm watching. You happy boy now? She says, yes, Mama T, I've been waiting for that all freaking day. Go in the forest and be a wild bird and catch your own food. He says, why? You like supermarkets? Actually, I don't. They're a necessity, but I don't like them at all. You know, I avoided the supermarkets today. I was supposed to go. After I had that nice cup of tea with that lovely lady, somehow I just wanted to run out of there and go home. Not that she was nasty or anything, she was perfectly lovely, but I just felt like I failed again at communicating effectively with people and forming acquaintanceships. It's in my mind, it's not real, you understand, but it's just an awful weird feeling of, I don't know what, anxiety. Right, here we go. No supermarkets today. I promised myself I'm going to take it easy. Oh, school's out. I send them off with a don't worry, be happy. Well, brainwashing our children's mouldable, manipulative minds. Stopped. Did I imagine that? I think I imagined it. It's the butcher bird singing. I thought he was singing Don't Worry, Be Happy. Sounded like the opening bars of the school. It did sound like the opening bars. Oh well, it doesn't sound like that now. Right, I must be having some kind of nervous breakdown. Don't mind me. Happens from time to time. Right, here we go. If I whistle to him, he'll whistle back. He's loud. Where are you, butcher bird? Quite loud, but lovely. There's another one answering him in the distance. I'll teach them Iris and then we can all be Goo Goo Dolls together. Wouldn't that be cool? Be a bit weird. Can only happen at Sacred Space Titania's realm. All the Goo Goo Dolls and the weirdness, people of Earth. It's delightful. Right, little things that make me happy. It's the little things that count in the long run, people of Earth, not the enormities. I'm looking at my necklace. I've still got to solder on the new tooth I made last night. I've got to solder on a jump ring and then... But anyway, I should save that spot for tooth 24 that I'm ably avoiding having pulled out of my head, foolishly or not foolishly as the case may be, but it's ultimately going to have to go. I just don't want my doctor having to pay $7,000 for a vicious extortion attempt. It's foul. I cry foul on that, people of Earth. All I can give him is a little pen I've made and little gifts, and wow, I know at least he'll enjoy writing with the new pen. Right, doesn't at all make up for the immense expenses my teeth have incurred and other health issues have incurred in recent years. By the goddess. You should see my little boy birds. They're twittering and preening and happy birds. They're so happy now. I've had them since May 13th last year, so what's that? A year and June, July, August. 15 months. And they're really contented now. They've settled in and got used to the mama tea. Kermie's not completely tame yet, but he understands what's going on now. Facilitates me catching him to bring him outside and bring him back in. He's a very good boy. And Bo's a very good boy too. Yes, they're very good boys. Honestly, I'm the happiest. I told this new lady I met, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. 61 years old, gone through hell in a handbasket recently, including with that gnarly little bastard, but happy. Happy. Survived it all. Right. So you tipped over the seeds and you're going to your mound now, okay? He's got work to do for his babies. Whew, that mound gets bigger every day. Oh well, he's cleaned up my entire yard, so I can't really complain. Blood knock, pronounced with dignity. I'm only doing my duty, sir, and they'd better surrender soon. We've had no food or pay since that silly telegram. Harry, telegram? You never give it here, reads. British forces Burma, and Japan has surrendered. End of World War II. Book now for World War III. Signed, Jim Mountbatten, dated August 1945? Blood knock. Yes, I've never shown it to you before because it's obviously the work of a practical joker. Harry. Well, I hope. Abdul. Sahib. There's a Jap. I said that totally wrong, didn't I? Sahib. There's a Japanese officer attacking us with a white flag. Harry. Gad. And it's the new Mark III armour-piercing type. White flag. Throat. Cool blimey. I'm off. Blood knock. Don't panic. I'll show that Jap a thing or two. Help me off with my jodhpurs. Harry. No, Major. Please. Blood knock. Out of my way, plunger. Shouts. There, you Jap devil. Look. Harry. Dear listeners, from the waist downwards, Blood knock was tattooed with a pair of false legs and facing the other way. Blood knock. Yes, they're all the rage. Yakka. Please do not shoot. Harry calling. Who are you, you yellow swine? Blood knock. Surprised. You remember me, Dennis Blood knock? I was at... Harry. Not you. Come forward, military Japanese gentleman, but keep your right leg raised. Yakka. Please, I am General Yakamoto, commander of all Imperial Japanese troops in that tree. Harry. Well, yellow devil. Yakka. Request. Have unexpectedly run short of ammunition. Please could we borrow 2 boxes until the end of the war? Blood knock. You Japs are always on the tap. You haven't returned our lawnmower yet. Yakka. Very sorry, have not finished mowing jungle. Blood knock. No more credit. Clear off. Yakka. Then am forced to surrender. I have no alternative. To whom do we surrender Japanese military stores? Blood knock. Stores? You've got stores? Yakka. Yes, 1,000 cans nitroglycerine. Blood knock, dejected. Oh. Yakka. And 2,000 cans of sake. Sake being potent Japanese rice wine. Blood knock. Sake being potent Japanese rice wine? Oh. I am forced to accept your 2,000 cans of sake surrender. Stack it under my bed. Yakka. Which are your tent, please? Blood knock. That white one with the red cross on it and the 3 dummy nurses outside. Well, go on. Don't say you don't trust me. Yakka. I don't trust you. Blood knock. Swine, I told you not to say it. Hand me my Royal Engineers saxophone. Now, you jack devil, quick, march. Porgy. Sax plays march tune, fading off. Yakka. Going off, gabble. FX, marching. Harry. Gad, what a day this has been, a triumph of British arms. Now I must inform the War Office that after 14 years of fighting, pardon me, the Japanese army in that tree has finally surrendered. Pardon me, only had a cup of tea. My goodness. We had a lovely piece of cake at the Camp Hill Antique Centre. It was macadamia with some kind of plum or something. It was very nice. Pretty boys, pretty boys. Oh, pretty boys, pretty boys. Yes, happy boys. Effects. Penny and phone coin box. Orchestra. PPP under Land of Hope and Glory. I don't know what that means, PPP. Must be a cue to an orchestra. Land of Hope and Glory, melody played on clarinet, low register. Effects. 2 more pennies in box, and then dialing. I know low register means quietly. Harry. Talks from fall of first penny. Dial on. Brave telephone. Send those triumphant electric type impulses athwart the sleeping continents to the automatic type exchange in London and list. Effects. A phone at other end. Harry. Even now sounds the tintinnabulation of the phone bell that will arouse the helmsman of England, to whom I carry the victorious news. Effects. Everything stops dead. William, distorted. Battersea dogs home, mate? Harry. What? Don't sound like a dog. What breed are you? Bill. The Fear of Wages, page 2, the same day, 4 hours later. Orchestra, 3 or 4 sinister descending chords. Effects. Half-crowns being counted into a heap. Moriarty, muttering. Oh, 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 oh. Money, money, lovely money. It's all the rage. Thin or fine? Shh, Moriarty, pull that transparent blind down, you fool. Now, have you sewn that £10,000 into the lining of your socks? Must have very big feet to fit £10,000 into a sock lining. How many socks are we talking about here, though? Maybe he has multiple pairs of socks. Moriarty, yes, fine, right. Then help me get this £100 in fivers under my wig. Great effort. Moriarty, down on your right, back, wah. Fine, good man, any more left? Moriarty, only this £50,000 in loose silver. Fine, right, say ah. Moriarty, ah. Effects. Large shovelfuls of silver being shovelled into Moriarty's mouth. Fine. Now, Moriarty, keep your mouth shut. I don't. Effects. Short, sharp phone ring. Instantly receiver off. Fine. Army Pay Corps here. Chief Cashier speaking. What? Effects. Phone slammed down immediately. Fine. Moriarty? Moriarty. Yes. Effects. Money falls and crashes all over the floor. Moriarty. Ooh, I'm sorry, Fine, never mind about that. Moriarty, we're in the grit cart. Remember the 3rd Armoured Thunderboxers who vanished in Burma 10 years ago? Moriarty. Yes. Fine. Well, they're still alive. And that was their commander, Seagoon. Moriarty. Oh, jokes aside, I think was it last year or the year before? I don't know how true it is, because, Facebook news, but some Japanese POWs, soldier literally still from World War II, had been hiding out in the jungle and actually finally came out and surrendered. I don't think he surrendered. Anyway, he was found, and they said to him, "Why, the war's been over since 1945. Why have you only just come out now?" He said, "Nobody told me the war was over." He was still in the jungle living wild like a wild man. Somewhere in, where was it? It wasn't Borneo, but it was somewhere, and he had so much pride, he didn't want to surrender, so he never came out and had no idea that the war had been. Lucky he didn't shoot anyone. I think he'd run out of ammo over the years. But anyway, it was the most bizarre story I ever read or heard about in my life. But it's so typical of the Japanese army, isn't it? Their pride and their not wanting to surrender or fail in any way. It was really quite an astonishing story. So I'm a bit like that, bloody-minded like that. But Baudelaire doesn't like to surrender either. I think the real one poisoned herself, or that's what they say. No one actually knows what happened to her in the end. She clearly didn't like losing to the Roman army after taking out 50,000 of their men and their enablers, so there is that. Anywho. Oh, says Moriarty, type O. But we've spent all their back pay, £40,000. Oh, Sapristi court-martial, cashiered, shot at dawn, take aim, fire, bang. Fine. Don't panic, malodorous Gallic Charlie. We'll have to think of something. Meanwhile, Max Geldray and his chromatic plunge. What is a chromatic plunge? Must be another orchestral term I know nothing about. All my musician friends will be sitting there going, I can't believe you don't know that Tanya Boadicea, 61 years old, and there's much you still do not know. Is that good or is it bad? Does it really matter in the broad scheme of things? What are chromatic plunges? Chrome usually means something to do, chromatic usually means something to do with colours, doesn't it? I guess if we're talking about musical instruments though, it would be chrome, the metal chrome. Well, anyway, I'm very bloody confused now and I'll have to Google it later. Max and Orchestra. Orchestra plays 3 dramatic chords, grams. Jungle background at night, crickets, lizards and tuck-toos. Bill. Night in the jungle encampment in the 4th Armoured Thunderboxes. Effects. Scratching of pen on paper. Blood knock. Dear sirs, I am a keen arts student over the age of 21. Please forward me your selection of Continental Art Studies in the Plain Wrappers, care of C.M. Stroke. Harry. Major Bloodknock. Bloodknock. Oh, don't come in yet. Abdul, quick, put the screens round my bed. Come in, Seagoon. Harry. Thank you. Major, I was just walking backwards for Christmas and... Oh, I beg your pardon, madam. Bloodknock. Get back behind that screen, Gladys. Geraldine, Tom, Myla, Bibi. My wife, you know. But it's all lies. We're just good friends. Harry. Major, a grave type news. I've spoken to Whitehall, and the Pay Corps deny that we're alive. Bloodknock. What? I've never had a day's death in my life. I've had 17 close shaves with death. It's a bit much when you think about it. Like, most people stop at 1 or 2 or 3 near deaths, and not other Tanya Desiree Boadicea. She commits to the death spiraling. Exhibit A, B. Oh dear goddess, it's all a bit much, really. We'll move on from that. We must be positive and uplifting at all times. Live in manic denial until the day we actually die for real. One fine day, afternoon, evening or night. Shh, don't want to jinx myself, do I now? By the goddess. Right. If you were on my Instagram, I posted a photo of it last night. I had a very strange thing. I lost a little lock of hair, my own, I believe, maybe mixed with Crystal and Jasmine. But anyway, it was definitely my own lock of hair that had been kept in my mother's locket since I was a tiny, 3 or 4 year old. And I lost it about a month ago, right? And I was dreadfully upset about losing that stupid little sentimental piece of my own hair. It was ridiculous. But I was actually grieved it, like as if I had lost a part of myself, which I guess it was, because it was an ancient part of myself from when I was a tiny toddler. And I thought, well, I'll never get that back, will I? Now I'll just have to accept it and move on. It took me about a week or 2 to accept it and move on, right? And I thought, what am I going to do with that locket? It's obviously faulty that it opened up and lost the lock of hair. So I got a hammer and I kind of bashed at the catch. And so it stays closed now. I think it does. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Anyway, so last night I was so tired from working all day on my projects and all the stress I had with the name changing. PayPal, AGL. AGL were just horrifically obnoxious, by the way. And who else did I try to work it out with? Stripe and Vocal Media, which I'm thinking about closing that account. Why am I paying $16, nearly American dollars, well, converted to Australian, a month for just being treated with contempt? Why bother? All my writing is up there from years and years worth of writing. So if I shut down that account, I lose all my writing, which I'll be distraught about. But you know what? I can just write new stuff and keep it for myself. Why waste all that energy on people who charge me money and then can't fix like my name change and issues? It's ridiculous. So anyway, that was a whole 2 days of stress with those two companies, which I'm very upset about, really upset about. Breathe in, breathe out. Anyway, so then I went on to cast another tooth that was ripped out of my head in 2016. Literally ripped out of my head, mind you. Kiwi tooth. Very traumatic. No, wrong, that's a different tooth. This one was done at a private dentist just before Christmas. Anyway, so, and it was actually half the size of this one. It's probably why it went a little bit easier for me. Anyway, I cast it in sterling silver and one of my little dog's teeth, but the other two little teeth didn't form, so I have to remake them, which is no biggie, I can do it. So anyway, after all that, I was mentally and emotionally and physically exhausted from all the hurdles, plus, you know, cleaning up the casting, cutting the sprue off, polishing up the tooth and the little dog tooth, all ready for soldering on a bail, like the part that joins the pendant is called a bail, people of Earth. That little bit there is its bail. So anyway, I was so exhausted, I thought, well, I'll go down to Metro Chicken and I'll have chicken chips and pineapple rings, which is called a Paradise Pack, which I really love. Super fattening and not really good for my liver with all that oil and fried food, I might add. So it was super fattening and super naughty. I just wanted a treat, you know. I deserved a treat after all that trauma I was put through, especially AGL. Evil company. It really is an evil company. In my opinion, how they've treated me over the years, appallingly. I don't know, I only stay with them because I was advised to stay with the bigger companies, but they're so contemptuous and awful that I don't really feel good even giving them any of my business at all. But you know, gas and electricity, whoever you go with, you have to pay for it. It's a necessary thing, isn't it? A necessary evil, people of Earth. And boy, do they contemptuously hold that over your head. Can't wait for 0 point energy becoming a thing, probably long after I've left this mortal coil. But anyway, so I go and get my Metro Chicken dinner and I come back and I park in my driveway and I'm so anxious, I'm like mouth breathing for a little bit and shoving chips in my mouth because I was ravenous. I hadn't had lunch, I hadn't eaten since breakfast. I'm like it was my last meal on earth, people of Earth. And yes, I do eat like that. I'm the Bodicea, survivor to thriver. So anyway, I'm sitting in my car in my driveway and I dropped a chip. I thought, I can't leave that lying in the car, it'll stink up the car and it's a bit grotty, you know. So I look down and I see what I thought was the chip, golden coloured. And I reach down and I pick it up and pull it up, and it's the lock of my baby hair that I thought had been permanently lost, that had fallen out of the locket. Can you believe it? It was supernatural, spiritual and a bit bloody astonishing. I was like, I grieved for that for 2 weeks, and the whole time it was at the base of my car seat, just sitting there waiting for me to discover it. I don't very often clean out my cars, so now you know. But honestly, I was so shocked. You could have knocked me down with a feather. So the first thing I did, of course, was I ran inside with it, took a photo of it, put it up on Instagram. Oh, people need to know how my fairy people, the good folk, or my guardian angel, are like taking things away, giving it back, taking things away, giving it back. It's quite a constant flow like that, almost like a flow state. It's a bit bizarre. They haven't given me back my Strasbourg antique spoon ring, though. I'm going to have to buy another one of those, by the gods. Not cheap, nearly $200. Then all the work I put into it. But anyway, I'll get round to it one day. It's not urgent, but I was hoping I'd find it in the garden, especially with the turkey kicking everything up and dragging everything to his mound. If truth be known, it's probably at the bottom of his mound. Could find it one day. The way I've been going, you just never know your luck in the big city. But getting that lock of my hair gifted back to me, I mean, it was there probably the whole time, but I didn't see it. I swear I did. How many times do I get in and out of my driver's seat? Obviously don't look down at my feet very often. So it was a bit profound. A bit profound, people of Earth. Anyway, since I made this mojo necklace, which I worked on, 2 days ago, even though I was very ill and weak that day, I did remarkably well. I think it was a little sign from the fairy realm saying, we're proud of you, Mama Teen, we've got you back, and we're going to make sure you get all your little divine rights honoured and returned to you what belongs to you by divine right. And the rest you just have to let go of. Slough the fuck off. But I'm glad I got my name. I'm really glad I've got my new name and my new energy. As that lady I had a cup of tea with today said, life is short, you've got to make the most of every day. She's right about that. Right, here we are. So Bloodnock said, did you tell them we've been fighting all this time? Harry says, I did. They said these Japs we captured must be forgeries. Bloodnock, you mean they're worthless? Harry, they said no bank would cash them. Bloodnock, then there's only one way to get our back pay. We must return to England with the entire Japanese army in that tree there. Harry, gad, yes. Spike, yes, sir. What is it, sir? Harry, uproot that tree and replant it in the back of a lorry, and try not to shake any Japs down. Spike, will you be taking all that Japanese liquor, which is? Bloodnock, what have we got here? It was the rubbish bin. It's Friday. Bloodnock, the sake, of course. And don't forget the screens round my bed. It's all the rage. Harry, I think we'd better leave all that nitroglycerine behind. Bloodnock. Effects. Instantly short, sharp phone ring, receiver off hook. Harry, yes, fine. You can't leave all that nitroglycerine behind, Seagoon. Harry, I wasn't going. I was going to leave it behind Bloodknock. Fine. No ad-lipping, Neddy. Now listen, Nurk. And this, dear listeners, is where we show the seeds of Neddy's demise. Neddy, stand at ease. Effects. 10,000 men in hobnailed boots standing at ease on concrete. Fine. Now, Neddy, there's no question of you leaving that naughty, unexploded nitroglycerine behind. If you want your back pay, all Japanese stores must be surrendered to the War Office. Harry, but it's so dangerous. Nitroglycerine? In a lorry? Fine. Yes. Orchestra. 3 or 4 dramatic ascending chords. Terror, tension. Grams. Lorries warming up, revving, etc. Occasional shouts of "I see convoy." How long is this guy going to annoy me for? How the fuck long? It's kind of interesting watching it being. I don't know if he's loading it or unloading it. Well, the Mama T will keep just reading. Bill, Dawn, and the 4th Armoured Thunderboxes prepare for the long journey home. Before departure, the surrender document is signed. Orchestra. Rataplan drums. Do you see what bullshit I have to put up with? And it's just life, isn't it? Houses get built. Shit happens. Things change. Progress. Torture. Ignominy. And other shit. Oh dear goddess. How long is this chapter anyway? Probably need to break it up soon. Right, I'll read to the end of this play. Can we do it? Yes, the Mama T. I do wish this truck would fuck off though. Seriously. Bloodknock. Now, General Yakamoto, sign here. We'll fill in the amount later. Effects. Signing. Harry. I watch enthralled as slowly we hauled down the Imperial Japanese credit note and ran up the victorious British bouncing check. That'd be right, wouldn't it? Yaka. There. Honourable signature on surrendered document. Harry. Signed with a cross, eh? You illiterate swine. Pass me the ink pad. Ugh. There's my thumbprint. Now we've both signed, mate. Now, get back in your tree. Bloodknock. Hurry up, Seagoon. We're ready to leave. Harry. Are the lorries warmed up? Bloodknock. Yes. Had 'em in the oven all night. How do you like yours? Harry. Medium rare. Bloodknock. Splendid. Then you'd better drive the medium rare lorry carrying the night tray. Harry. Gulp. I'd rather drive the lorry with the sake. Bloodknock. But you're a teetotaler. No, I insist on driving the lorry with the sake. Thought he was leaving, but alas no. Alas no, good brother. The goddess, the divine feminine. The Catholics refer to as the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost. It's all one consciousness, isn't it, darlings? Everything's connected. Even skip truck drivers and their skips. It's just skip to do, skip to maloo, skippity doobity doobity doo. Harry, why? Blood knock. It's a long, long story. You see, there's a little yellow idol to the north of Cat. Harry, yes, I know, but I refuse to drive the nitro lorry. Blood knock. Why not? Harry, it's a long story. You see, there's a little yellow idol to the north of Cat. Blood knock. Shut up, Seagoon, and there's a record of me saying it. Grams, pre-recorded. Blood knock. Shut up, Seagoon. Eccles. Shut up, Seagoon. Blood knock. Shut up the famous Eccles. Eccles. Shut up the famous Eccles. Blood knock. Shut up, Eccles. Shut up. Blood knock. Get off this record at once. Effects. Footsteps running 6 paces. Eccles. Up. End of pre-recorded. Effects. Thud of hitting ground. Eccles. Ooh, hello. Harry. Private Eccles. Just the man. See that lorry that everybody's keeping clear of? Eccles. Yeah. Harry. Good. Well, drive it back to London. Gently. Eccles. Okay, goodbye. Grams. You wouldn't want my father driving that lorry. He never drove gently in his life. That's probably why my uncle blew himself up at a petrol station. Did he blow himself up though? Or anyway, all we know is it was a lit cigarette. Whose cigarette it was? Don't know. Anyway, it's not funny, but that really happened, by the way. My Uncle Darcy, my youngest uncle. Grams. Lorry drives rapidly into the distance. It explodes. A series of explosions. Eccles. A good job I wasn't on it. Harry. What? Then who was driving it? B-bottle. You rotten swines, you. I was kipping in the back of that lorry like a happy boy traveller when, blam gee, I was blown backwards out of my boots. Harry. Little blackened goon, what were you doing in that lorry? B-bottle. Well, it's a long story. You see, my captain, there's a little cardboard idol to the north of East Finchley, and the smoke. Harry. Shh. Here's Ray Ellington. B-bottle. Oh, smashing. Quartet. Pink champagne? Not with a question mark. Definitive. Pink or champagne must be in the title of the song. Or something like that. I don't know. I haven't had pink champagne in a while. I think it's called a Moscato. Or something like that. Okay, I'm not a wine aficionado either. What am I good at, people of Earth? Making jewellery from my own teeth and bird beaks and broken pieces of opal and moonstone and I'm pretty good. Something. I can do something. A thing. Like the song Some Enchanted Evening. This is kind of an enchantment. I go into a kind of a trance every bloody time. It really is a flow state. Oh well. Well, boys, we've lost all the sun. Mother will have to move you into the sunshine. Yes, you don't want to get cold. I know, you're my pretty boys. There's not a lot of sun around now. Still not that late in the afternoon, surely. Kermie, shall I move you in the sun, or are you all right there? We're all right, Mama too. Don't worry, be happy. Who's the pretty birdie boy? I know that truck's annoying. He'll go soon though, surely. Everything passes. It'll pass like a fucking kidney stone, but eventually it will pass. Hello, Kookaburra. You come to see us. He's a beautiful bird. Where is he? He's still there? Can you see him? Can't quite see him. There. Cookie. He's gone into the garden on his merry Kookaburra way. Bill. That was Ray. Oh, there was applause followed by Bill. That was Ray Ellington, the demon plasterer, but then you will have guessed. And now, the fear of wages, part the Scran, 5 weeks of travel saw the lorries well on their way. Oh, you've caught a bug. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? He says, well, you haven't given me any chicken, you cheap cow, for a few weeks. You had some chicken last week, and before that you had spam. They don't need food from me. They're very self-sufficient, the kookaburras. It's a very huge looking worm or grub of some kind. You dropped it, you mad bird. You better go and get it again, because there's no chicken in the house. No, I know you know the word chicken. No, you've got to get your own food, mate. I'm sorry. If I had it, I would happily give you some. He's looking at me like I'm a failure. Okay, Kookaburra. Okay. And now the fear of wages, part the Scran. 5 weeks of travel saw the lorries well on their way. Might have to go to a flaming supermarket and buy a roast chicken for dinner. Don't wanna. Don't know what I'll have for dinner tonight, people of Earth. I really don't know. Effects: Laurie, blood knock, gulps. Harry, blood knock, you must stop drinking that sake. Without it, no back pay. Blood knock. Oh, just this one. It's thirsty work, this drinking. Glug, 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 glug. Yakka, little do English fool know that it is not sake he drink, but nitroglycerine that I substitute. Blood knock. Keep quiet up that tree. Yakka. Sorry, was just giving listeners story of plot. Gonna sneeze now. Bill. Meanwhile, in England at number 10, Frith Street, Echo, murmurs of rhubarb. Moriarty. You say the nitro exploded when they weren't in the lorry? Fine. Yes, Fred, our little plan went for a Burton. That's why I've arranged this meeting. Spriggs, are you positive that this missing regiment has reappeared and is, even now, on its way back to England? Fine. Yes, Mr. Chancellor of the Exchequer, and according to our records, their combined back pay and accrued interest amounts to £33 million. Spriggs, this will ruin my budget. W.C. You've already ruined it yourself. Spriggs, that regiment must be stopped before it reaches England. Fine. Yes, we'll declare war on them. Spriggs, what? England can't declare war on English troops. Fine. Why not? Everyone else does. Spriggs. No, we must get a foreign power to do it. Fine. Choose one. Spriggs. Well, Japan isn't doing anything at the moment. Fine. I'll inform Tokyo at once. Hello, Tokyo. Harry. Yakabaka nido nado no. Fine. Don't think Japanese sounds like that, by the way, but I didn't write this, Spike Milligan did. Fine. Declare war on the 4th Armoured Thunderboxers now in Burma. Harry. I think it was in Burma where that Japanese soldier finally came out, thinking that the war was still on. Bless. Harry. I do at once. Hello, Commander of Imperial Japanese Forces in that tree on the back of lorry in Burma. Yaka. Yes. Harry. Declare war on 4th Armoured Thunderboxers. Yaka. Very good. Fire. Grams. Rifle and MG fire as before. Harry. Bloodlock, stop the lorry. Those Japs are firing at us. Bloodlock. The treacherous devils. Help me off with my jobbers. Harry. No, Major. Not again. They know that tattooed leg trick now. Grams. Firing stops. Bloodlock. But it's done the trick. They've stopped firing. Yaka. Yes. Have run out of ammunition. Bloodlock. Well, no dice here. We've had enough on tick already. Yaka. How much we owe? Bloodlock. Seagoon. Play him this record of his account. Harry. Right, sir. Grams. Few bars, Japanese stringed instrument, speeded up. I'm pausing because that truck is getting on my nerves, and if it's getting on my nerves, it's probably getting on yours too, people of Earth. Just when you think you're having a lovely day in the garden, I mean, you gotta laugh. Grams. Firing stops. Bloodlock. But it's done the trick. They've stopped firing. Yaka. Yes. Have run out of ammunition. Bloodlock. Well, no dice here. You've had enough on tick already. Yaka. How much we owe? Bloodlock. Seagoon, play him this record of his account. Harry. Right, sir. Grams. Few bars, Japanese stringed instrument. Speeded up. Harry. And 6pence halfpenny. Yaka. Ah, please. I promise I pay you back at rate of... Grams. Brief excerpt from above. Yaka. A week. We've got the sun shining over my left shoulder. making a lovely rainbow again. Ah, isn't that sweet? Looks like a starburst though. Actually looks like beautiful iridescent feathers splayed all over my shoulder. Yeah, we'll go with that, people of Earth. However the light blesses me with sunshine and happiness and blessings, I'm always grateful to receive. Yaka. A week, blood knock. Sigoon, how much is grams? Repeat brief excerpt, blood knock. In English money, Harry, it's about grams. Barrel organ, 4 bars over the waves. Harry, sir, blood knock. It's not enough. Here, hold my trousers. I'll soon get 'em out of their tree. Effects. Sawing wood, long song saw. Grams. Burst of machine gun fire. Blood knock. Oh, the treacherous devils. They must have had a parcel from home. Harry. Quick, into the driving cab. It's bulletproof. Blood knock. Splendid. We can drive on and continue engaging the enemy in that tree in the back of the lorry all at the same time. Harry. A magnificent exposition of the plot, blood knock, and under enemy fire too. Have a knighthood, blood knock. Oh, tar mate. Harry. Right then, drive on, Sir Dennis, blood knock. Beep beep. Grams. Pre-recording. Larry starts up and drives away, taking with it Jack Gabble, rifle and MG fire, and sporadic shouts from Sigoon, blood knock, etc. Speed up record as sound fades off. Orchestra. First phrase of Land of Hope and Glory as per Tab's music. Very fast ending on snap cymbal. It's leaving, people of Earth. Peace at last. Echo. Murmur of cabinet meeting rhubarb. Fine. Thank you for your cabinet meeting rhubarbs. My God, I can almost hear my voice echo. Sound of almost silence. It's a bit incredible, isn't it? Grave. Gentlemen, our plan to stop the 4th Armoured Thunderboxers has failed. Spriggs. What? Didn't the Japanese declare World War III on them? Fine. Yes, but Sigoon has managed to get the war onto the back of a lorry and is driving it back here. Omnes. Outburst of rhubarbs of horror. Rhubarbs are when you go, oh no, there's raspberries. I don't know what a rhubarb is then. I was thinking it was like when you put your tongue between your lips and you go, but that's a raspberry, isn't it? Anyway, fine, Pace. I must get in touch with him. Moriarty, what's the number of that lorry? Moriarty. GXK 639. FX. Dialing. Fine. GXK 63. Fade out. Fade out. Fade in. Grams. Lorry engine and occasional sniping. Establish. Then. Effects. Phone rings. Harry. Take the wheel, blood knock. Effects. Receiver up. Harry. Hello? World War III speaking. Fine. Where are you speaking from? Harry. We're just drawing up outside number 10 Frith Street. Effects. Knock on door. Harry. That's us at the door now. Fine. Moriarty, answer it. Effects. Door opens. Moriarty. Sapristi measurements. It's Sabrina. Harry. Wrong. It's me with my arms folded. Seagoon's the name. Moriarty. Oh, it can't be. You're a lying charlatan. Harry. Rubbish. I'm a truthful charlatan. Now, where's our back pay? Moriarty. Ooh, sapristi Aldershot glass house. Fine. Approaching. Moriarty. Stop shaving your head. Welcome home, Colonel Seagoon. Now, before you get your back pay, there's a little matter of handing over the enemy's stores. Harry. Of course. There's the lorry. The captured Japanese forces are up that tree. But the nitroglycerine exploded. Fine. And the 1,000 cans of sake? Harry. I'm afraid Bloodknock drank it. Fine. Sorry, Seagoon. No sake, no back pay. Harry. Wait. Eccles, get an empty bucket. Now grab his ankles. Bill. Listeners will recall that Bloodknock has not been drinking sake, but nitroglycerine. Therefore, grams. Huge explosion, not long. Masses of falling debris continues under. Bill. And so ended World War III. Book now for World War IV. B bottle. Mr. Greenslinge, would you mind telling the nice pupils that I have not been deaded this week? Bill. Certainly. B bottle. Echoes Bill's speech from here on. Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both a privilege and a pleasure to announce that the lad Bluebottle was not deaded this week. Say the same for the Tanya. It's a bit touch and go 2 days ago, though. I don't know what that was about. Some sort of funny turn. Here we are, reading to you from my garden. A B bottle. Here, that was a good game. I like this game. Orchestra. Signature tune-up. And down for Lucky Strike. Bill. That was the Goon Show, a BBC recorded programme featuring Peter Sellers, Harry Seacombe, Spike Milligan with the Ray Ellington Quartet and Max Geldray. The orchestra was conducted by Wally Stott, script by Spike Milligan and Larry Stevens. Announcer, Wallace Greenslade. The programme was produced by Pat Dixon. Producer usually means they paid for all of it, by the way. Orchestra, a signature tune-up to end. Applause. Max and orchestra, crazy rhythm play out. Not happy about how that sits. I'm going to hang another little, I'm going to have to hang it off another jump ring. It's not sitting right and it's driving me bats. It must be right. It must be right. It's all right now. Maybe I'm being hysterical or overly compensatory for something, compensating for all my teeth drifting south and becoming vagina dentata. I know I repeated that joke, but it's so good I had to do it twice. People are there. I did it twice, you know. That's why I've got 2 daughters out there. Free wilding, what's the word? Roaming the world freely, being weird like their mother. Maybe not quite as weird as their mother, but, you know. The apple does not fall far from the tree, as my mother used to love to tell me. Silly verse for kids, 1959. Contagion. Elephants are contagious. Be careful how you tread. An elephant that's been trodden on should be confined to bed. Leopards are contagious too. Be careful, tiny tots. They don't give you a temperature, but lots and lots of spots. The herring is a lucky fish, from all disease inured. Should he be ill when caught at sea, immediately he's cured. Mark of Trods. Right, we'll continue on. How many more pages? It's a big chapter, this one. Maybe another 2 videos, maybe 1. Depends on how we go. How many pages did we do today? I never look beforehand, I just go with the flow, people are there. So it's definitely another 2 videos. Alright, well anyway, it's getting cold now that the sun's gone off. I've lost that beautiful sunburst and it's cooling down, so I might bring myself and my birdie boys back inside. At least they got just over 1 hour and 21 minutes in the garden. It's lovely, isn't it? Very contented. So, blessed be from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. Have a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are in the space-time continuum. Remember to be happy, be free, and most importantly of all, to never ever let the bastards grind you down. Bye from Sacred Space.